far as I can remember, I was always been with animals. Like, and like either it was dogs, it was hen, it was cow, it was birds, crows, sparrows. Um, most of these animals were from the streets. So it's not like I went out to buy them.
Right.
And so I think my family, probably my grandmother, also had the sense that they used to take in animals. They never used to abandon it. So once when you are a young kid growing up, so you're conditioned in that way. That's what I believe. It's not my gift, but rather it was the conditioning of the people before me that made me with respect to animals.
Right.
So yeah, I mean, dogs was always the bigger part because you grow up with dogs, turkeys, then cows. I had a special link because I forced my father to buy 3 cows, and I forced him to raise the cows. And there were the cows that, and the funny part is you can talk to cows; they'll listen to you. So when you are very young, when you have nothing else to do, you go to the cow, you stand next to the cow and start talking into his ears. So it listens to you. So the fundamentality is it spares a lot of time for you, even though it might be bored of you, but it gives you that listening space. So I think the first therapy session started with cows.
Okay.
I mean, they treating me, not me treating them.
So is it similar to, I love animals, but unfortunately I've not had the experience of spending time with cows. Like I like seeing them, I feed them, all of it, but I've not spent my life with them. You know what I mean? Like I've never had them in my house. So when you
this was the early childhood.
I'm sorry?
This was the early childhood.
Right.
Then we moved.
When you say they listen to you, is it similar to dogs listening to us? Or do they have a different...
I think the biggest problem that we human beings have is since we are in tune with dog, we always relate every animal with a dog. Okay. So it's almost like I have a relationship, I treat every other relationship with that benchmark. Okay. That doesn't work out.
Okay.
So it's like cows listen to you as cows. Cows give you love as cows. Cows shake the head as cows. Cows jump at you as cows. So you never expect a cow to maybe bend down, give a playful invite so that you come and play.
Right.
They run in a very different.
Of course not. Yeah. But how do they listen to you was the point I was curious about. Like,
listen when you.
I'll tell you what I'm thinking. Right, is when you talk to a dog, dogs have a way of moving their ears, or their eyes. So that's their way of responding. They know that.
Yeah.
Like that they're listening to you because they've moved their ear, or if there's some noise somewhere, the first reaction is their ear moves. They become alert. Is that the same way with cows? Is what I meant.
No, for me it was never ears. With me and the animals is always eye.
Eye.
Because when you look in the eye of any animal, that's when you feel the love. You know the anger in the eye, you know the caring in the eye, you know the innocence in the eye. Ear is a secondary thing.
Yeah.
Maybe they listen to the sound, so it moves to the direction of the sound they give, but the eye is the part that gives the emotions to me.
Right.
And cow, when you look, they may be turning to the right, but they will use the eye to the left. When you're standing to the left, then they may tilt their head towards you.
Right.
So that is how they listen. And they stand there and listen to you for a very long time. I think they have patience. I think that's what makes cow for me special. So, so that is.
So what are your fond memories as a kid?
We had a male. We had an ox, small one, chota. So the thing is, you can't raise them for a very long time. You'll have to give them out. And he was this brown guy, small one, and me and my sister used to play with him a lot. So when you called him, he used to come and run to us because he was with us from a very young age. So by 2.5, 3, you will have to sell him off.
Okay.
And none of my family members were brave enough to give it off when we were awake. So they had to give the the ox off at probably 1:30 at night because the children had to be asleep. And the sad part is, I used to dream of him for the next 4 years.
How old were you at that point?
I was 3. I dreamt about him till 7 because I know the emotional impact that it had on me.
I know what.
I eat, yeah. So I eat meat. This is Kerala, so you eat different meats. But the point is the emotional connect that you have with animals. You care about animals. That's different. You raise them. It's not random emotional attachment, but the real ones. So yeah, that was sad. But also you had to, the amount of money that you need to keep these animals are huge. We had a bit of land, but again you need to get fodder, you need to get the supplements for him. It's a huge amount, and the thing that gives you is, if you're on the milk is very little because he is from the local breed. I think he was from a mature dwarf, the dwarf variety, not the bigger guys. But still, we had to, yeah. That is the emotionality connected to the long lost love that I had for an ox kid.
Lovely. Very nice to
Yeah.
hear that. So, do you still, like, now that you've grown up and you've gone past that age, do you look at yourself having an ox again in your life, like in the years to come?
Look, no, I would prefer to see the.
Right? In Kerala, you're blessed with space. Like, I've seen the houses in Kerala, and there is a lot of open space. Like, every house has that garden kind of a thing, especially if it's an old house. Like how you say the Taravadu, which is the peaceful property. Do you also have that kind of space? Because if you have, then it's easy to have as many animals as you want, right? Like
I have the space in my native place. I'm originally from Alleppey.
Okay.
We have bit of a land, not large amount. But the sad part is when you strive to get into the middle class dream of it, where you have what you are thought as maybe a house, maybe something like that. You move away from the realities and nature. So I currently am working here. I'll be posted anywhere, say Bangalore. So then the animals that I take in might suffer. That's why I do not have big animals now. I have 8 cats now.
Okay.
Again, 8 cats. That's so because my family also takes care of them. My sister is there. Sister's son is there. So he also likes them. So most of these cats are from the street.
Okay.
And one thing that I do not like is to neuter them. That is there is both sides of the argument, because I've seen the neutered cats and dogs become really fat and obese because of the testosterone and the progesterone levels that is affecting them. But I don't neuter them. But that also causes a big problem because their population explodes. But I still take care of them.
Right.
Yeah, but so 8 cats are there. Huh?
They don't stay in your house.
They stay in my house. It's like a highway for them. They sleep everywhere they want. Guests might feel a bit uncomfortable because people who are used to being the so-called clean concept of no animals, no fur, no smell. They might like an animal on a TV because they don't smell.
Yeah.
So when you have an animal in your house, when you have a human being next to you, they smell. Everything smells, and smell triggers the vomiting, puking sensation that many cannot control. Right. So some guests might find it weird. You cannot keep your house super clean all the time. But I still prefer life than the really non-smelly, artificial flavored atmosphere. Yeah.
I mean, there's a difference between a home and a hotel, right? Like a hotel is clean, neat, but a home should feel like a home. And like there's a proverb which says, a home without a pet is never a home.
I mean, that's for the people who love pets. But there are also not pets, animals, life, anything.
Yeah,
But I recently got my sister recently got a bulbul, the
okay,
bulbul bird.
right.
She's also a lecturer, so she was traveling with her students in Wayanad, so where they found this abandoned bulbul. So it grew very fast. It used to sit on our heads. When you call it, it comes and sit on our hands. But it flew and went out. So now he's gone. So he's kind of happy, I suppose. He grew very fast. You can see him grow in a month. So
Yeah.
I've never had the bulbul thing in my life. Biggest problem is with birds. We as a race have already destroyed their habitat. Because look at Bangalore. I mean, all of you are placed in Bangalore. So I used to come there in '94, and my mother used to work there. So in '94, I used to see a lot of birds in Bangalore. There
Yeah.
was not even a single street that was hit by sunlight, and it was damn cold during April. I
Yeah.
used to wear the mask and do the whistling out in the wind, and you see the steam coming out of your mouth. So, and lot of birds, plus lot of roses, lot of bees, lot of honeybees hanging from everywhere.
Yeah.
But now when I come and see Bangalore, it's a mess.
Yeah.
It's a huge mess. You do not see sparrows anymore. I've not seen sparrows. Not seen sparrows in Majestic. I've not seen sparrows in
Most
Madiwala.
actually.
Yeah, most of the birds. There was this the two, the long-tailed robin, the black one,
Mm-hmm.
that used to fly a lot in Bangalore. You don't see that. All you see is ravens now.
Right.
So that, and then we talk about giving space for birds to fly. We have destroyed the habitats. We have absolutely wiped off their natural wetlands. The water spaces have been negated to nearly zero.
Yeah.
There are no flowers for hummingbirds. Hummingbirds were there. I've seen hummingbirds a lot in near Vidhan Sauda because it was dense with trees. Now you don't see that. Only thing that we see is the clubs, which is sad. So
Yeah,
I
which is
think
sad, I agree. But what I'm happy about is if you still see the areas of Vidhan Sauda or Kabul Park, there is
yeah,
still a bit of greenery. There is still a bit of different kinds of birds that you see, while compared to the rest of the city, because it's not the
yeah,
same what it used to be. I agree with that point.